There are skilled people who apply for opportunities, and there are skilled people who attract opportunities. They don't need to apply. They just go about their day and get invitations. Invitations to join board of businesses. Invitation for work opportunities, for speaking engagements. There is a difference. One is skilled yet invisible. The other is skilled and influential. You can be skilled and yet no one cares in your industry. And you can also be the person that everyone wants to listen to. There's a way to go from invisible to influential, no matter how saturated your industry is. And that's what I'm going to show you in this video. We are going to see how you can become a trusted voice in your industry. But first, welcome back to my YouTube channel. You know I appreciate you. If you're just coming across my video on my channel for the first time, my name is Deyi-Daniel, and I'm building a community of 100 million people who are crazy about growth. On this channel, I film about personal, career, and business growth. You should be a part of this community, so subscribe. Now, let's get into it. Honestly, you don't want to be somebody who is just skilled and nobody knows them. Because when you are a very skilled person, when you have so much expertise but nobody knows, you are leaving money on the table, you are leaving impact, the opportunities you could have gotten to impact the world, you are leaving it on the table. You are playing small and you are putting a roof over your impact. You are putting a limit on your impact. That's why you want to go from that person who is just merely skilled to being that person who is seen, that person who is heard, and that person who is respected and the go-to authority in their field. There's a way to position yourself as that kind of person. First, you need to get very clear on your unique perspective. There's a lot of people speaking today. Some of them are not even as skilled as you. Some of them are just starting to learn. But everybody's posting content these days. Everybody's posting on LinkedIn. Everybody's posting on X. What makes you different? What makes you that person that stops somebody on their scroll and make the person feel like this person has something to say that I need to listen to? That thing is going to be your unique perspective, your special point of view. And there's a way to get that point of view, because everybody talks about this. Oh, you need to have a unique point of view, but people hardly speak about how do I have a unique point of view. First, you need to identify the gaps in your industry. Everybody's talking about a lot of things, but what are the things that are very important, that as an expert, you know that this thing is very important, but not many people are speaking about it? Those are the gaps that you want to step in and fill. What is important that people are not talking about? One of the ways that I get this type of things is to read ad things. Now, it's very easy to read a social media post. In fact, the attention span of this generation is very skilled. A lot of people cannot spend more than 2 or 3 seconds reading something, but you want to take yourself to a different length, because if you want to stand out, you cannot do what everybody else is doing. Most people that create content and that put out value these days, they are just regurgitating what other people are putting out. They are reposting something their mentor has posted in different words. But what you want to do is to go the extra step. You want to read ad things like research papers, case studies. A lot of people have done the work, they've done great research work, and they have put together reports, but a lot of people are not reading them because it takes longer time to read. Maybe some of them even have really tiny fonts and they are not the most interesting things to read, but the gold that are in these things will surprise you. And most of them are even free, they are on the internet, but a lot of people are not maximizing those resources. So you want to go the extra length and be different from those people that are just reading short form content online, and go in depth and dig deep for perspective of researchers in your industry. You now want to see what are these people, what have they found out that a lot of people are not yet talking about, and then you want to bring it to the public in a very simplified, easy to understand way. So I'm saying you go into the trenches to go and dig for gold, and then you bring the polished version of that gold to people. So you go and dig for knowledge, and then you bring that knowledge in a simplified format to people. Something unique, something that is not regular, something that everybody is not already saying. You can also speak on what people are already saying, but from a fresh angle. So let's say people are talking about a certain topic in your industry in a very complicated manner. You can take that topic and simplify it for people using analogies, using storytelling. You just want to bring a fresh twist to it. You want to approach that topic from a simpler point of view, from a different angle that people may have not been seeing it from. Another thing that is important for you to note about coming up with your unique perspective is that you cannot be somebody who agrees with everything. And that's why it is a perspective, your point of view. What do you think about something? You cannot be that person who accepts everything that just comes. You know, a lot of us, we've seen principles that exist in our industries and we never question them. We are just doing things because that's the way everybody does it. We are doing them because that's what your boss did. That's what your boss's boss did. And so you are just continuing the trend. You want to be that person who asks why. So when they say, oh, content is king, you want to say, why is content king? What if you don't agree that content is king? What if you agree that it is queen? That's on the lighter note, but you want to be somebody who questions things. And I'm going to challenge you today to pick every common overflogged knowledge in your industry and question them. I mean, those things that you believed because everybody was saying it and you never really thought that, what if it is not true? What if it is not correct? So if you are going to be somebody that has a trusted voice, you want to be somebody that tries and tests things, not just somebody who accepts everything the way they are. Do you get me? You see those gurus that you really admire in your industry, you can disagree with what they are saying if you find the need to. Now, I'm not saying be unnecessarily controversial. In fact, I'm not in support of people who are just controversial for nothing's sake. But if you find a common thing that everybody's accepting and you genuinely see a problem with it, you should be addressing it, because you are the trusted person. And by trusted person, I mean you are the person that is bringing clean understanding into your industry. Another way to become a trusted voice in your industry is to show proof as you speak. People don't just want to listen to people that say everything that everybody's saying. And one thing that is going to make the things that you're saying unique is your personal experience. When you tried that thing, what was the result you got? Honestly, if you look at it, most speakers are speaking the same thing. They are saying the same principles. What makes you want to listen to a certain person is the results that they have. That is what is special to them. That is the unique thing about them. So while you are speaking, while you are putting out content, while you are talking about the things that you notice in your industry, back it up with proofs, back it up with data, back it up with your personal experience. It could even be somebody else's story, but bring real case studies. And if you feel like you are still in a stage of your journey where you are just building experience, document your journey in public. People trust other people who have a track record. People trust that girl who they saw start as a content marketer and has now grown to own a media agency. People trust her because they saw her journey, they saw her grind, they saw her hustle, they saw how she shared her challenges and how she overcame them. When she now says something important, they want to listen because they know she's not just talking from a place of mere knowledge that she took. She's speaking from what she has experienced. So build your track record in a place that people can see that, oh, this person, you are taking a course, speak about it. You are attending an event, speak about it. Let people be able to see your journey. And that's why personal branding is not a negotiable. If you want to command high rates, if you want to command authority, if you want to be respected, people need to know you for something that you are building. Another important thing you need to know is that you want to create high value content consistently. I mean, you want to put out consistent, valuable content over time. So you want to think about platforms where your industry naturally gathers. What platforms do people in your industry dominate? Is it on LinkedIn? Is it on X? Do they listen to podcasts? Is it on YouTube? You want to go to those places and put out content. You can't be skilled and be invisible. It doesn't pay you in any way, and it doesn't pay the people that you're supposed to help. There are people who desperately need the results that you can provide, but they don't know you. They don't know you can help them because you're putting your light under a bushel. You cannot afford to be invisible. So help people find you. They are desperately seeking solution. Position yourself in a place where they can figure out, oh my God, this is the solution that I need. You want to start sharing content that educates people, that challenges their thoughts, and that engages them. Please don't just post content for the sake of posting. I need you to see content as impact, as your way to help people go from one level that they are to another level. Create different forms of content, long form articles, quick insight, videos, podcasts, whatever you can do to help people find the solution that they need. You also want to engage in industry conversations. It's not just about putting content out. You want to be a part of the bigger conversations in your industry. So I'm saying comment thoughtfully on the post of industry leaders, on the post of people who are already respected, who are already seen. You want to thoughtfully be in their comment section, contribute to what they have spoken about, put your own point of view. What do you think about what they've just said? Please don't just go under people's comment section and writing great posts. Wow. Be detailed about what you think about what they've said. It makes people start to wonder, who is this person? Oh, let me check them out. What they shared was very knowledgeable. Join and contribute to industry discussions. I mean, there are communities where people are speaking, X spaces. Go on there and speak on panels, ask questions in events. You also want to build relationships with other industry leaders. I mean, your authority grows faster when you are associated with other respected voices. Now, I'm not saying that you want to go and start lobbying to force yourself into people's circle. I'm saying contribute with value, so that they can see a reason to collaborate with you and be friends with you. You can write guest posts for their websites. You can also say, oh, I have this topic I feel will be interesting for your audience. You want to write a guest post for their website. You want to join a podcast interview. You want to join live discussions and contribute in a way that makes sense. One key thing about this collaboration with other industry leaders is to ensure that you lead with value. Don't just go there sounding all desperate and needy. Offer value before you ask for anything. Share their work. they put out something that is so nice, share it and write your own perspective. If you notice that they are facing any challenge, try to help. Another interesting thing that you want to do is to create a signature framework or concept. I love this one so much. I'm saying the knowledge that you have, the expertise that you have, package it. Package it into a framework, into like a method or a coined term. I'm saying give it a name. The goal is to help people remember and reference the knowledge that you bring to the industry. For example, instead of saying, oh, I help brands grow on social media, you want to say something like, this is my 3C framework for helping brands grow: content, community, conversion. That's just an example, by the way. But you want to package your knowledge into special frameworks. There are certain people that you know associated with certain frameworks. I mean, there are particular frameworks that have gone crazily wide in the marketing industry, like the 4 P's of marketing: people, place, price, products. Somebody coined that. So you want to coin things out, put your name on something, name things. That is what you do as an expert, as an industry authority. You bet frameworks and you name them. After you have named your frameworks, you want to teach about it consistently until people naturally associate that framework with you. That means every time somebody thinks about this topic, they think about Deyi-Daniel. There's somebody I know online, her name is Rindioma. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, but people know her with a term called shameless marketing. That's how you can take a word that everybody generally use, but make it yours and make it something that people associate you with. I hope you get. Finally, I really need you to stay consistent even if things seem slow. Becoming that strong voice in the industry, that authority that everybody goes to, it takes time to build that level of credibility. And a lot of people give up too soon because they don't see results. You started posting content yesterday, but you expect people to start inviting you for speaking engagements the next day. You expect people to start inviting you to podcasts. You expect people to start inviting you to guest posts the next day. It doesn't work like that. You need to build that credibility over time. The results are not immediate, but the best time for you to try to start building it is now. So keep sharing your knowledge, even if your engagement is low at first. People are watching. Keep tracking what works and refine your approach as you go. Don't worry, your voice will grow stronger with time. To round up, I'm going to say, show up, speak boldly, and provide value until you are impossible to ignore. Soon your voice will carry so much weight you'll be surprised. I hope you've learned 1 or 2 things from this video. If you have, please like, share and subscribe. Let me know what stood out to you in the comments. Thank you for watching. Be good.